Joe Medwick, 324 career batting average, 2,471 hits. How about this? 540 career doubles. That was pretty good. Member of the 500 Doubles Club. Ken Arzone here, Vista, California. Monday, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. March 31st, 2025. Joe Medwick's career is winding down. I'm going to cover his last 3 seasons in one video. Why? Didn't play much. 1946, he's 34 years old. Now he's playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers. The year before was the Boston Braves. And then he was mixed. He also in the same season played for the New York Giants. And then earlier he did play for the Brooklyn Dodgers for a couple of years. But before that he played for the St. Louis Cardinals. So he's got Cardinals, Dodgers, Giants, the Braves, Dodgers again, and now in the last 2 seasons, he plays back for the Cardinals again. Kind of all over the map. I don't like that. I like when a player sticks with his team the whole time. How about Carl Yastrzemski? 23 seasons with the Boston Red Sox. How about Ted Williams? 19 years with the Boston Red Sox. Tony Gwynn, 20 years with San Diego Padres. Even Ty Cobb, though, he played 22 years for Detroit Tigers, but then the last 2 years, Philadelphia A's. I like a guy who sticks with his team, don't you? Cal Ripken, Baltimore Orioles, his whole career. Joe DiMaggio, Yankees all the way. He said he was born a Yankee. I like that. All right, so 1946, Joe Medwick, bouncing all over the league with teams. He gets 41 games, 77 at-bats, just 24 hits, 7 runs scored, not much. 4 doubles, 2 homers, 18 RBI. That's 312. That's his 15th season. Is that right? 14th season, over 300. But it's only 41 games, not much of a measure. 312 he bats, 369 on base, 442 slugging, just 34 total bases. See, declining career when you don't play much. So that was 1946. 1947, he goes back and plays for the Cardinals. He's 35 years old. Gets 75 games, 150 at-bats, 19 runs scored, 46 hits, 12 doubles, 4 homers, 28 RBI. That's 307. I got to count it. How many seasons did Joe Medwick bat over 300, regardless of how many games you played in the season? All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And he's got 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14 seasons out of 17 years. 300 or better. I'll take it. So the 1947 season, 307. His 14th season. 300 or better. His high was 373. He had a 353. He also had a 351. 373 on base, 467 slugging, just 70 total bases, not much. So 1947, 35 years old, with the Cardinals, just 150 at-bats. I don't know what's going on. Is he injured? He's only 35. Come on, give me a break. So then he comes back for the 1948 season and plays 20 games. And this, he's calling it quits. 19 at-bats, 4 hits. Bats 211, so nothing to speak about. 211, 250 on base. Just 4 total bases. So his career is over. Was it enough to make the Baseball Hall of Fame? Yes. Why? Let's recap it. 1,984 games. I was hoping for 2,000 or more. Actually, if he had played 2,500 games, that would be a really good measure. So 17 years, 7,635 at bats. I was hoping maybe 9,000, 10,000 at bats. Why? His production stats would have been higher. 1,198 runs scored. Let's call it about 15 full seasons. I was hoping for about 1,500 runs scored. He had, six 100 run scored season. His high was 132. How about this stat? 2,471 hits in 1,984 games. Good ratio of hits per game played. The only thing is, he stopped playing at age 36. He had 4 more years to go until you're 40. And his years 33, 34, and 35, and 36, he's not playing much. He was on pace for 3,000 hits. But for some reason, he didn't perform as good toward the end of his career. And it started at age 33. He only got 90 hits that year. And then the next year, he gets 24 hits, and then he gets 46 hits. See, if those had been 150, 160, 170 hits, and then he plays another 4 years, he's over 3,000 hits. He did have 4 200-hit seasons. One of them was 237 hits when he was 25 years old. Is there really a difference between age 25 and 35 as far as production? Maybe. Did you know that Paul Molitor, when he was 39 years old, got over 200 hits in a season? Did you know that? So I'm not going to buy it that age 35, you're washed up. You're not. You just have to take care of yourself, stay in shape. You could have produced. For some reason, Joe Medwick did not. He had 2 other seasons, 190 plus hits. So his hit production was good for like 5 or 6 years, but then he tailed off for some reason. Doubles, 540. Did you know 1 year he had 64 doubles? He also had 56 another year, and he had some seasons with 40 or more doubles. So he was a doubles machine. Triples, not that much, 113. Homers, 205. That's high. He had a 31 homer season. RBIs, 1,383. Should have been more. Should have been about 1,500, 1,600. He was capable of that. He had one season where he had 154 RBIs. 6 seasons total, 100 or more RBIs. Should have had about 10 seasons. So when he had a good RBI season, I was hoping that would continue. It didn't. He also had another season, 138 RBIs. So he's capable, but he didn't produce enough 100 RBI seasons to be among the greats. 42 career stolen bases, did not run. 437 walks. He wasn't up there to walk. He was up there to hit. 551 career strikeouts in 7,635 at-bats. Good ratio. Didn't strike out that much. Batting average, 324 career. I like it. 14 seasons over 300. His high was 373. No, 374. He won the batting title that year. 362 on base career. Should have been 400. Slugging, 505 career. Take it. And total bases, 3,852. Should have been he should have had 4,500. Because he had 6 seasons over 300 total bases. And he had one season, 400 or more total bases. You reach 400 total bases in a season. That's not just good. That's very, very good. 406 1 year. How can we evaluate Joe Medwick for the Baseball Hall of Fame? He deserves it, but I'm disappointed. His last, I'd say, 6 years, he should have been better, and he wasn't. So I'm going to rank him among the top 40 good hitters of the past. I can't put him in the top 30 because he tailed off starting at age 31. Why? Was he injured? I don't know. It was during the World War II years, the 1940s. That could have affected him. Some guys psychologically were probably affected by the World War II, don't you think? You're out there playing baseball, yet your country's in a war. And and some servicemen are dying in Europe somewhere. And then they died at Pearl Harbor. Could have affected him, maybe. So Joe Medwick had a good run of batting average seasons, runs scored, hits in a season, total bases, RBIs. He had a real good run. But then he tailed off, starting at age 31 and retired at age 36. 2,400 hits, should have been 3,000 hits. He was capable. 324 career batting average. I like that he maintained that. He had the 14 seasons over 300. So that's the one positive on him. All right, what I like to do is after I'm done covering somebody, I make mention of the fact of all the other people I've covered in all their box scores and their seasons. I've covered all these guys. And one note about all these guys that have in common, their career averages, all of them are over 300. That's why I'm looking at these guys. Anybody under 300, I'm not going to cover you. I'm going to go for the 300 or better career batting average guys if I'm going to cover you. So this is the list. I like to do it after each time I finish with a guy. Starting with episode 1001 on my YouTube channel. Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Lou Gehrig, Stan Musial, Tris Speaker, Rogers Hornsby, Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, Ed Delonte, George Sisler, Jesse Burkett, Joe Jackson, Willie Keeler, Billy Hamilton, Harry Heilman, Joe DiMaggio, Bill Terry, Lefty O'Doul, Dave Orr, Dan Brothers, Pete Browning, Nat Lajoie, Al Simmons, Sam Thompson, Cap Hansen, Jimmy Fox, Honus Wagner, Willie Mays, Henry Aaron, Hank Greenberg, Hugh Duffy, Eddie Collins, Paul Wainer, Lloyd Wainer, Chuck Klein, Sam Rice, Roberto Clemente, Henny Manouche, Pete Rose, Rod Carew, Kirby Puckett, Ross Youngs, Joe Medwick. Who's next? I like to cover guys that stir my curiosity. And you may not know this about this guy. Let me show you something. This is an interesting character in baseball history. I didn't realize it until I got more into his career. Have you heard of this guy? Joe Sewell. He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He did something unique in baseball history, and I'm going to cover his seasons in my next series of YouTube videos. Okay? So we'll talk to you later. Joe Sewell, Hall of Fame, is next. I'm out.